I really think one way to kind of enter into considering what is awakening is to just think of honesty. Awakening is honesty. I often just approach people with the questions, what do you think's happening right now? And how much does it matter to you? Just those simple questions. And I find that people begin to just start to grasp what we're after with awakening when they really take a very honest look at reality. Duncan Campbell, who was the great leader of the Hebridean revival, which some historians sort of consider to be the last real awakening in the Western world. He used to preach, "Oh God, that you would give us a baptism of honesty, that we would simply be seized by reality." And that, I believe, will take us to consideration of awakening, because we are occupying a cultural space, a moment in history that is defying human solution. We're watching so much deteriorate. This is one thing around which there's very little disagreement, that we're in a free fall, and we are beyond what any human solution can be offered to remedy it. We are the best resource Christians who've ever lived, and look where we find ourselves. If our ideas and energies and ingenuity were enough to stem the tide of social decay and restore the church to New Testament vitality, it would have happened by now. I mean, look, we have all the greatest camps and institutions and universities and colleges and media and radio stations and everything under the sun, and it's just not cracking the nut. It's the simple, honest admission that we are beyond human fixing. We've got to have something from the hand of God. And that's just the way we see reality. And then it comes to that second question, well, how much does it matter to you? We can be gripped by the situation we're in. Often we use this word desperation, which is such a heavily freighted word. We don't throw it around lightly. But it's just the facts. We are becoming, if not already, are very desperate. And there's a desperation that we kind of get in the statistics, we see and understand. Then there's a desperation that moves to our hearts, and it starts to trouble us and cause angst and concern. That's happening more all the time as the social trends that we read about have moved home. We see it in our own kids and grandkids, in the classrooms we teach, in the sports teams we coach. It's just right there in front of us. So it's moved from head to our heart. But where we get the breakthrough for awakening is when it reaches to this depth that it breaks the sound barrier. It gains utterance through our prayers, and our hearts begin to move toward it. It matters that much. This is what we think is happening, and this is how much it matters to us. And that moves us toward awakening, which is just a broad outpouring of the Holy Spirit, a broad personal transformation of lives and culture. So in the New Room community, we speak of awakening as being deep wholeness in people, renewal of the church, evangelization of a generation, and the transformation of society, which is, of course, a very bold, very audacious vision. It's multi-decade, multi-generational. This is a massive, long arc that we're after, but we really can't settle for anything less. We're not interested in just sort of flashes of numbers here and there. Though that's important and God will use it, we're looking for something much more protracted, life-changing, society-transforming. And so, yes, that's the desperate moment we're in, the way we understand it. But honestly, last thing I would say about what is awakening, awakening is just the love of God. It's the heart of God. God is always desiring to restore what He has created. He's always, like Psalm 23 ends, your goodness is always following me all the days of my life. I really believe that God is always chasing us with His redemption, always pursuing, always seeking. He is about awakening. It's His heart and will. His nature is to restore. And so that is awakening. It's our great need, and it's God's great heart and love and compassion toward us.
Thank you for watching this video. We at Seedbed are sowing for a great awakening. We gather, connect, and resource the people of God. If you would like to join us on this journey, like and subscribe so you can get all the updates and videos. And also take a look at www.seedbed.com for more information on all of our resources.